Box. I'm wife and collaborator with artist Kevin Box, and today I'm going to talk about one of my pieces, Carried Away. And the theme of it is the simplicity of a woman putting on a dress and just feeling so elegant or transformed when you put on that dress. Kevin works with a lot of paper, and in origami there's seldom any cutting. And of course I wanted to challenge that idea. I really like the idea of negative space. I wanted to explore with paper and with the dresses what I could do with that. So the shape I started cutting out were butterflies. And when the butterflies were cut out, they were kind of lying around. You know, I had a plethora of various butterflies around me. And one of the times, started just exploring putting the butterflies back onto the dress. And I had the idea, but didn't know, this is where I need Kevin's help, if we put the butterflies even at the bottom, could it lift the dress up a little bit more to make it feel a little bit lighter and airy? It reminds me of watching Cinderella and Snow White and seeing the birds and the butterflies coming along and, you know, fluttering away, carrying her dress. And that's how I feel certain times when I put a dress on, just to be able to go out for an evening. And it's just really light and airy, and it's that evening when you feel you're just going to get carried away. This piece here is called Ball Gown. Kevin and I create the dresses together. We collaborate in the studio, which came about in a very precarious way. My background, I was a dancer, and so we always had to make our own costumes. And so I was used to working with dresses. And one evening, Kevin came home, and he's showing me this clumped up piece of paper, and he's trying to make it a reclined study. I could start to see a figure, and I thought, why is it lying down? So this piece of paper, imagine, is all crinkled and is lying down. And so I took it and I stood it up, and the very first dress we worked on, I stood the dress up and I looked at it and I said, well, look at Kevin, now she's a dancer. She has a flowing dress on, and she looks like Isadora's dresses, because Isadora Duncan, modern dance pioneer, she always wore these flowy dresses. So I stood her up, we called it Isadora's dress, and fortunately Kevin took that first dress on the show circuit, and he sold 6 of them within 6 months. So he knew, he was like, okay, Jennifer, I'd like to have you in the studio again. So ever since, we've been collaborating on the dresses. This dress is one of the first series that I was able to work on more independently, where he just said, come on into the studio. And so I got to work on the paper, as well as starting to apply the wax on the back side. And that's when we made the decision to keep the back area and the inside of the dress where you can see the bronze, to expose it. So the inside represented the inside of a woman and the true qualities of a woman. So no matter how dressed up and how flared up we are, the beauty on the inside can always be seen. As Kevin and I were collaborating on the dresses, we enjoyed making the smaller pieces. They had a lot of movement to them a lot of the times, and the styles were unique and different. But with this one, we were really inspired by my original wedding dress. Of course, it was white, but it had that simple line of being a strapless dress and just that long, flowing feeling. So we actually considered casting my wedding dress, but of course, we'd rather work in paper. So we went to the studio and worked with paper as well as a spray bottle so that we could do a soft fold or a wet fold on the piece. And the top here on my wedding dress, I had a little bit of a fold as well, and so we just really embellished on it and being able to fold multiple pieces of paper up on the top. Of course, this piece is no longer paper, it's actually cast aluminum powder-coated red. This piece is called Angel's Dress. The title actually came from the inspiration of the creation. I didn't know where it was going. One of the goals was definitely to work with pleats. I'm really inspired by origami fashion designers such as Issey Miyake that can make these pleats in these dresses, and they're beautiful on women. I have a couple myself. And in working with the piece of paper though, after the folds, I didn't quite know what to do with the top, and this angel literally just appeared. And so I feel like she has her wings up here on top, and the folds all look elegant. On the other side, we can see the back side of Angel's dress, and it has this really nice glow with the exposed bronze. Rather than the bright flashy red painted side, we wanted the exposed bronze to show the true essence of a woman, the glow within all of us. These dresses here are called Petites Boutique. Kevin and I began making a series of dresses together. We started in about 2006. And as I got a little bit better at really being able to come up with a composition, he kind of just invited me into the studio and let me go. And this is one of the collaborations where I had a lot of fun working on a theme that I had already worked on, working with the pleats in the dress. But I also wanted to see a little bit more movement. I had a background in dance. I was a dancer for 10 years in New York City, and I really wanted to be able to see them move. And so some of the pieces we've put on the Lazy Susans, but this piece actually moves within its own base. Our clients or new visitors to galleries see the dresses and they find out that it's a Box Studio collaboration. They wonder about it, and I like to say that it's the softer side of Box Studio. Kevin, as a sculptor and being a male, he sees things a certain way, and so he likes the spiritual side of some pieces. He likes the animal figures as well. Then we started collaborating on some of the crane pieces, the duo and nesting pair and happiness shared. But I was really excited about showing a softer side of the work. And so knowing that it started off with paper, it already has a lightness to it. So I really enjoyed being able to work with paper, bringing it into cast bronze, but also having movement there. Thank you so much for listening today and learning a little bit more about my art.